guys, Crew of Blind Wave. I'm Eric.
Janci.
I'm Jake.
And we are here with the penultimate episode of Black Sails. Last time on, we have literally come into the setting of Treasure Island.
Yep.
There's a lot going on, but the most recent is that Flint has decided to take the cash and run into the woods.
Yep.
Hopefully
Silver
not to be found.
is with Woods, yeah.
Woods
Yep.
Rogers,
Yep.
And he has sent Israel Hands,
Pirate-
Joji,
Yeah.
and some red shirts.
Pirate Strike Force to go after
At
him.
least
Yep.
Maddie's okay.
Yeah, Madi is on Wood's ship.
Yep.
Billy's there too. And
Are
then
they
Jack is
following
heading
them?
here.
Was that?
And Jack is heading here.
Yes.
Are they following them into Skeleton Island? Woods? Because I thought I saw him back at Nassau, but I thought both ships were going there to do the trade or
Yeah,
whatever.
they were following
Yeah.
Woods to Treasure
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah.
So he's in front of them, and then Flint got off, and now they're sending the Strike Force
And
after them.
Okay.
Billy got
Maybe it
the
was
directions from Gates' belongings.
Yeah, maybe it was just the ship then. That I thought he was in Nassau, but it was on his ship.
They're there, and it's time to begin to wrap things up. But we can't do that until the finale. We can't do that until we watch Penultimate. Let's start.
This does not look like Woody.
This is Nassau? Before?
He still has his leg.
That's when he had his leg.
What are we looking at? Nassau. Thereabouts. A few days over the horizon, just waiting for us. In a few weeks' time, I will lead a pirate fleet of unprecedented strength over that horizon into a battle of unprecedented importance. I cannot do it without you.
Is this a dream or a memory?
That's a flashback.
'Cause why was his crutch up there already?
If when the battle begins, you weren't killed by the first fool lucky enough to swing a sword your way.
He's gonna show him how to fight with it.
I know how you feel about being seen without the leg, but when the fighting truly begins, all that matters is what
Easily
makes for the greatest
separated from him.
advantage.
This makes it a little worse.
I also wondered at one point, did he get that good with the crutch?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you say you'll be teaching me to fight. But if every man fights differently, seems to me what you'll really be teaching me is how to defeat you.
He trusted him. His eyes are disturbingly piercing.
I know.
Carrying that chest, they won't get far.
Flint doesn't need to get far. All he needs is to bury that gold somewhere unknown, and he's won. He said I have till sunrise tomorrow to return the cash. But I don't think we're going to have that long.
He looks so weird.
He looks depressed.
Just gaunt.
Yeah. Sunken in, his hair's...
Which one of them is going to prevail?
You know the two of them. Now that they're facing each other as opponents, I'm asking what sort of outcome I should expect.
Flint is on his own out there and disadvantaged. That said, Flint's been on his own and disadvantaged countless times since I've known him.
Karma's on his side.
Everything comes up
Lady
Flint.
luck.
If I were you, I would assume the worst. And act accordingly now while you know you still can.
Billy, you're gonna get everybody killed. He's turning pirate.
I'd like to see her again.
She'll never accept your offer.
You are, for now, a necessary evil here.
Not quite as good a talker as Silver and Flint.
I don't think it would matter here.
Through a chunk.
Oh, that sucks. There's so many vines for your crutch to get caught in.
This is surprisingly open for a jungle.
Tracked him this far, but
Yeah, this is what Hawaii looks like in some places.
well, it seems he may intend to divide our numbers.
How in the fuck would I know which way he decided to go? All Flint needs is an hour, maybe less, to conceal that chest in a way we couldn't hope to recover. The three of you, that way, you the other trail, now!
The other two, except Joji, look like, oh man, we're gonna get killed. Flint's gonna find us.
So it's likely you just sent one of those two groups to their death.
Please not Joji.
I know. As long as they expose his position.
This is how you lose your men. Yeah, he's just as bad as Flint now. Just as willing to sacrifice his own people for stuff.
Who was my opponent yesterday and who is he today? Answer those two questions and there is very little he can hide from me. I have no idea who you were.
Not before we found you, at any rate. Jesus Christ. Don't do that. You know all there is to know. I was born in Whitechapel. Never knew my mother.
A wholly unremarkable youth. Spent most of it at home for boys. Home for boys, I know. Except it isn't true. Is it? I remember when you first told me, it sounded like a invention. About one story that bled into others I'd heard, told elsewhere to the crew. And what is of some concern to me is that despite how invested we each are in the future of the other, you just told me that story again.
It isn't important.
All right. Although, you know that isn't true either.
Hey, he still trusted him after this, too?
You know my story. Thomas, Miranda, all of it. It has made me transparent to you. Not only that, but when I told you the story, you insinuated yourself into it. Were you and I ever to come to blows, I'd be forced to hesitate before doing you any harm. You know my story. And for some reason I cannot figure.
I don't want you to know mine. We'll resume tomorrow. Is that all right?
Now I suspect that Flint kind of had suspicions all along.
I do think they still cared about each other
They
at
do.
a certain point, too.
Yeah, they
Right?
do.
He dragged it here.
Shall we fetch Mr. Hands?
Oh no, they're not going to fare well, are they?
You should always fetch Mr. Hands.
Yeah.
Get out of his way.
Yeah. This is an inevitable outcome, but
Maybe he's in the hole.
I don't like the tension. Oh god, oh god.
He took out two so quickly.
It wasn't completely.
We know he's used to doing that. He killed Singleton.
With the cannonball.
You sailed with Avery. Long time ago. 20 years? More, even, maybe?
More.
You do know where you're going, yes?
He just side eyes so well.
One day you'll leave the account. Take a wife. See less and less of the sea until she becomes like a painting hanging on the wall. But she'll keep on calling you.
That's the most stereotypical pirate I've ever heard.
I've watched you and yours. Handle the account since I and mine left it. Accomplish things that no one I ever sailed with could dream
so
of.
slowly.
Hold on to this for as long as you can. For all of us who once had it and walked away.
Compromise seems a loathsome, unbearable act. What compromise can there be with a man responsible for the death of my wife?
That's you.
You're luckier than you know. So much luckier than you know.
Yeah, he's seen her like
But in this
Flint
moment,
saw
you still
Miranda.
hear the faintest of voices in
You
my
could hear
head,
the needles
arguing
before it was
against the alternative.
It's also telling that's how he hallucinates her, because that's not what she did.
Accept the treaty.
I will consider no treaty of yours.
And John Silver lives. And from what I understand, he is the one who matters most to you. The one with whom you might lead a life if you can set aside your pride in this moment.
The voice you hear in your head. I imagine I know who it sounds like, but I hear the voices. A chorus of voices. Men and women and children who lost their lives to men like you. And this war, their war, Flint's war, my war, it will not be bargained away to avoid a fight. And you believe what you will, but it was neither I, nor Flint, nor the Spanish raider who killed your wife. That you did.
Yes. Do more, do more. You're the one who didn't have good enough communication with your wife.
Sergeant.
Eleanor was like stopping to listen to what he was going to say.
For a second, at first, I thought it was the maid knitting in the corner.
Take her, beloved.
Yeah, she got to him. Yes, Obi, yes. He knowingly sacrificed them. Exactly like Flint does.
Any sign of them?
No.
To save Madi.
Nor the chest, nor any trail for either.
For all we know, he's headed back to the wars as we speak. Leverages his soul knowledge of the chest location to gain control of the men. And maybe attempts to rescue Madi, maybe not.
He's never once asked Flint what he thinks they could do to save Madi.
You've been warned so many times. By Billy, by me, by Flint's own actions. I think when we meet him again, you will look for reasons to forget it all again.
We've come all this way. How far are we from where the path split?
200 yards, give or take.
You never would have got this far ahead of your men carrying that chest. The chest was never here.
Hey, he's still alive.
You think they'll figure it out that we dropped it down here? We need to get it in the ground. If we are to succeed and leave this island with the Alliance intact, I'm having a hard time seeing how Mr. Silver can be a part of that now. He'll come round. If he needs to go, you're too important to what comes next to have to bear a burden like that. So when the time comes, I'll do it.
Oh no. He's already redirected all of his affection to Silver.
I know it might seem as though I'm trying to conceal something from you, Madi. The truth is, there is no story to tell. You know of me all I can bear to be known. All that is relevant to be known. That is to say, you know my genuine friendship and loyalty.
He still was teaching him even when he refused to say.
Once the range marks the line, we'll have a sense what direction we're to head in to reach the island.
He really traded his stress off onto Jack. He's so calm now.
When we sailed for the Urk of Gold, I remember something of this feeling. On some level, whether we were prepared to acknowledge it out loud or not, I believe we both knew the fortune would likely cause as many problems as it would solve.
If we can prevail over Flint and the governor, and I feel we can, am I mad? Tell me, I'm asking.
It's not rhetorical.
The result ahead of us promises to be a victory of a different sort. A true victory. How many men in the history of the world have ever known it? How remarkable a moment is this?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh man, the old man. You forgot to knock on wood. It's like Yellowstone with that one old cowboy who just wanted to go out for his last ride.
Yeah, he died on the sea.
Yeah, exactly as a pirate wants to.
A pirate would want.
And you can get us to our destination without his assistance. Yes.
He's stressed again.
Of course I can. Truly. I'm almost certain I can figure it out.
Figure it out.
Almost certain. They're so screwed again. Man.
We can trust Featherstone. He hasn't let us down.
He's been so capable for so long, just silently.
He's gonna have like a stroke or something from all the stress Jack puts on him. He seems sus.
I thought I heard him.
Thought you heard what?
Oh no, Ben.
A woman.
Maybe it was a coyote or a fox.
Mr. Wallace swears he saw a mermaid swimming beneath the surface.
Mr. Jones heard the voice of his mother accusing him of infidelity to her memory.
He still seems like something's getting to him.
Well, he was also on the island and getting tortured before all this, so.
Just okay.
Joji. Come on, Joji, just leave.
Don't attack. What's he gonna do? No. Jake, no, I'm scared. He's lasted this long. It's almost the last episode. Who's he?
Another red shirt.
Joji, no! I don't care.
They are gonna fight
Joji
shit.
is so cool.
Oh, the bamboo sheep. Cool.
Oh, he's going for Joji? Really?
Going for Joji.
Goodbye, Joji. Oh, he almost died right now.
Clean. Only a pirate fights with 2 hands.
Oh, hell yeah.
The slow push is even worse. Now it's 2 on. No.
Watch the wrist.
No, I'm scared. I don't want this to happen.
Would you be scared if any other pirate was fighting Flint?
No.
Exactly. He keeps so tall too.
Yeah.
I don't know who to root for. I'm conflicted.
Oh, don't fall down
Oh,
the hill
God.
with the sword.
Oh, God.
God, he had a good fight scene before he died, though.
One of the best in the show.
Yeah. They should have given him more action throughout the show.
Yeah.
Or a line.
Yeah.
I kind of like his silent sentinel, though, too.
Israel. Release. Yep. That's his dog, right? Attack dog.
He just happened upon.
Oh, it's burning.
They took something over.
They swam over and it started burning.
Their best fighter's not there, and their captain's not there.
And the ship's on fire.
Ship's on
Just go. Just go.
Thing. Flint made him walk up the whole mountain in the train, you know? So he's used to fighting exhausted.
Man, we pour one out for Joji.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah.
He didn't finish him.
Just stabbed through his hand.
Not gonna be doing any sword fighting with that hand.
You'll have to put it in the ground.
Or digging, I was gonna say, but oh well.
Must have been just a cask of oil. Are they putting? They're putting coals in the ship to get water inside, probably.
I know who I'm rooting for in this one.
He's got you.
He's
cold.
not even gonna try.
better-
He's just
you
gonna
better-
fight smart. Oh, come on. Really? Man, he could have taken a shot there.
He doesn't want to kill him, but he's gonna have to.
Why not, man? Man, that'd be some scummy water to drown in.
Tell me where it is.
I can't do that.
Fuck you. Where is it?
You're making a mistake.
Fuck you. Where is it?
In the ground. I know you cannot see why this must be. But it must be.
That's all this has ever been, isn't it? A partnership only insofar as it enables you to do whatever it is that matters to you in any given moment.
What? Even if you could kill me, even if that somehow helped you see her alive again, how are you going to explain it to her? If it costs the war to save her, you'll have lost her anyway. Even you cannot construct a story to make her forgive you that.
She even told Woods the same thing, right? Like, she has thousands of people.
Generations of her people.
Hey. Shit. Uh-oh.
No!
Don't! Oh, no! Oh, the betrayal on his face.
Damn it.
Well, do you trust him now, Silver?
Sound effects and take it away.
Did he just use his crutch as a weapon?
Yep.
Hell
He's
yeah.
been doing that.
Oh. You guys don't have a ship anymore. This is the only way to get these two to stop fighting. How are they dying?
Right for the show! Ryder, is your show!
The fire spread from munitions.
Oh, no, but the guy just got shot.
they're-
Yeah.
DeGroot. The
No.
launches.
They This is exactly what I don't like. The fish in the barrel situations. Billy!
He doesn't hardly know gun, though.
Well, Ben let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
In the slave
It was
village.
Ben.
It isn't utility that's behind his investment in me. No necessity, no dependency. I have earned his respect. After all the tragedies that man has suffered.
And there goes the walrus.
All other men. All the men we've known. Damn, the effect of the mask blowing up, like,
So.
whoa.
I have earned his trust.
The sails, rather.
I have his true friendship. And as long as that is true, I cannot imagine what is possible.
This is your fault. He was obsessed with love.
Yeah, I think that you could say that they're both obsessed with love. I
Yep.
think that when you take that lesson about, the wrist and the end of the sword, I think John is the wrist. He is what you're seeing in the violence, and Flint's already been there. He's already lost it. He's already the present.
But I wish they would have had that talk before all of this went down. Like, why didn't Flint have that conversation with him about Madi when they were together in the hold, about how, like, think about it. Like, think about what she's standing for, too, and how she would want you to react to this. Because, like, she even turned down her own release by signing the treaty because she represents so many people. And she has that weight on her. And she's not separating herself from that. Like, he is separating himself from.
He is, but he doesn't know that she refused.
Yeah. But
So, like, that's our knowledge. But
I guess Flint's trying to say, her.
Yeah.
Like, what
that's
would she
true.
want? And he should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what he knows and what he, like, I don't think he's really, like Flint said, he's reeling.
He's not
in
thinking
control.
straight. Yeah.
He's not in control of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flint understands that his best friend cannot reason correctly
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now, is what he thinks,
Well,
and John's, I think rightly, sees it as a betrayal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Flint
to
is trying
an
to protect his friend and him
Yeah.
more than his, the appearance of it.
Yeah,
right?
because you can betray your friend when they're in a self-destructive path,
Yeah.
and it be good for them, and you might still ruin that friendship because of that betrayal in that moment. But you did what is probably the best for them,
I think
and they're both like stuck in that right now.
Flint killing Dooley like that just shook John out of his whatever he was in, though. They did still fight, but
it was so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
he made that decision
shit.
immediately.
Yeah,
he values me that much more over him or whatever.
Well, and that's the difference in him and Silver is Israel's like, I think you're gonna not be able to do it when he gets there, and right now Dooley's the only person on Flint's side, and he was just
immediately
he quick draw as fast as you could possibly shoot someone with a gun in those times.
And the betrayal on his face, the shock.
I know.
That was so sad. I feel so bad for Dooley.
I do too, but it is also very
And Joji.
thematic of the show in
that is Flint.
That's Flint and Silver is
Flint has remained
Silver
the
at this
same
point.
since the beginning in what he is willing to do for what he believes in.
I mean, yeah, he has his overarching thing, and whatever gets in his way is in his way, except for Silver at this point.
I think Flint and John, especially the discussion about John's past, like John does not want you to know everything about him. He's like, that can't define me. The me being an invalid doesn't define me. The men need to see me strong. They gotta see me with the leg. Flint's like, that's not you though. Like I think I know you.
Yeah.
And because you're not telling me the past, like you're trying to like keep that from me. But I think Flint is still realizing, like, he was kind of training him to defeat him in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really complicated subject in that they do value their friendship. They value other things too, but it is telling. Maddie did not hesitate. She's like, I have thousands of lives and generations that have been fighting this fight. I'm not giving it up for one person.
Wood's
John
trying to
Wood.
be like, from all you've taken from me. And
Exactly.
She said exactly what I wanted her to say.
She's sitting there like, bitch, Please.
You were the
Exactly,
one
man.
who went to the Spanish. You
Yeah.
were the one who brought Spain here. You were the one
Yep.
who wasn't on board with your wife and
Well,
on the
not only
same
that,
page
but
where you brought about her death because you only told them to protect the fort. You didn't communicate with your wife as to where she was going to be, what she was doing.
And he didn't honor the deal with John at the
Yeah.
end, too.
No.
He gets attacked and killed everybody.
Well, and he's saying that not only does she know that Eleanor died at Woods' hand, but he's telling a former slave who is leading a slave rebellion with millions of slaves in America at this time. Like, come on, my man. Like, yeah.
He's lost it.
Well,
He's
also
lost
at
the
this
plot.
time, they don't really, like...
He's crazy.
Explore the idea of these people are people. Like, they
Yeah.
don't see it.
Yeah.
They're just so in that thought process, and it's just...
Yeah, no, the English think that everybody that aren't them are savages.
Yeah.
And saying, I'm not a savage.
Yeah. And he's the personification of, like, the worst parts of civilization at this point.
If this wasn't named 37, 5, 6, 8, 38? No, 37.
I
This is the
say-
next one.
It would be-
37. 38 is the
last
finale,
one
right?
38, yeah.
Then I would have named it Obsession.
Obsession.
Yeah,
is a good one.
because John is obsessed.
Yeah.
Silver's obsessed. Woods is obsessed with the death of his wife and can't see things clearly too.
Yeah, but you could put, like, 8... You could put Obsession as, like, the title for, like, 8
Yeah,
episodes in this
Israel
show.
is obsessed in a whole nother thing. He just likes to whisper, create this space between John and Flint, you know?
Israel's, like... He's a very black and white person. There's no space in between.
Israel has no friends.
Yeah.
It's because he fucking whispers. What the hell?
Well, he whispers because he got abandoned and was stuck at the docks.
Varys?
We don't know why that happened.
He's Varys in Game of Thrones, you know? Like,
Except for if Varys was
Varys
also
and
mixed
Littlefinger.
with
they
somebody
also
that could
kill.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they bring about a lot of death, you
Like,
know?
Israel has just been around so long, you know, because the extension of forgiveness or friendship or love is to go against reason sometimes, you know? And Israel has lost all of that.
Yeah, he doesn't understand
He is the only
companionship,
reason.
love,
and he's
affection.
it's all self-preservation.
Yeah.
There is no outside of self for him.
And he was also alone too long, I think.
Yeah, you can't be one or the other.
Yeah.
You can't be all logic and no grace. You can't be all of this and not that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a very extreme personality.
Why-
He is an older version of what Billy is becoming.
They just need to send Israel after Woods and just tell them to kill it. What the fuck is the problem? Just do that.
Well, and now we have nobody left from the Walrus.
Yeah,
and
right.
somehow have to try to mount a rescue to save Madi with
I see Billy dying
Rackham-
in that attempt.
Rackham somehow trying to get here.
Yeah, do you trust Featherstone?
Oh, fuck yeah. There's no doubt in my mind.
That man has stressed enough that he has earned your unending trust.
He's gonna stress out, but he will
has
find it, I
not-
think.
He has not failed at
The
delivering
thing
yet.
is, though, when Jack gets to the island in this state and sees the walrus like that, sees the pirates being obliterated, does he follow through and he is on the side of Woods and trying to kill
He
Flint?
feels almost like it feels almost like he is in a prophetic state where he's like, I feel it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna win. I just know
But
it. And I think
forgot
he's
that
just
part. Forgot that part.
I think he's just going all in on that feeling.
Yeah. I can't see him killing Flint, though. Like when he comes face to face with Silver and Flint standing there, you know, like, fuck.
Flint has a whole like ordeal to go through, so he might not be in the shape of a full-fledged Flint by the time he gets there.
Those were the best lines, though. He just clutched his chest.
He was just talking about, like, I have a good feeling and everything's going to be great.
Featherstone was all cool and relaxed.
Can we? You know how to get us there, right?
Sure.
Well, don't fuck with me right now.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
And maybe one of my favorite scenes with Woods, not because I like Woods or anything, is him seeing Eleanor, but her sitting there knitting. Which
He didn't know her at all.
Yeah. Well, he might have known
has
her,
a figment
but
in his mind of what he thought she was.
Yeah,
what
and
he thought she did when he was gone. You know,
She did
like,
not.
Just like how Flint doesn't
or
completely know John.
maybe what he expected of her, and that is why there was so much misunderstanding between them.
Yeah.
You know,
is like
he thought she was the wife who would wait for him knitting, you know, take care of things, but the
she
house.
she is the woman
Obedient woman,
now,
yeah.
not the not the
rebellion fighter
queen
trying to,
of Nassau that held it together for 5
but
years.
But he failed to notice that she did not change, and that's where I think, like, I blame it on the miscommunication between them, but I think that is why they miscommunicate so much, because that is the vision that he had of her.
Well, yeah, I do think she changed, because she was at the end ready to give up Nassau to run away, and we'll pay off your debt and we'll figure it out. And that was her finally giving up Nassau.
The way she went about it was not the way he expected or thought she would do things.
Well, he also just he thinks he is unilaterally right at all times. He is the representation of civilization that is, I am the man that's here to restore peace and get rid of pirates. And
what's the saying? Pride cometh before a fall.
Yeah. And then Billy, fuck you, Billy.
Billy looks nuts. What is that term?
Yeah, what is the term of the eyes that you can see death? He has like a dead expression on his face.
Yeah, he's like, but he's just so caught up in his thing with Flint that he's
become Flint.
Sanpaku is the term where the visible white above or below your iris, like because his eyes, like you could see the whites all the way under his eyes.
Yeah,
it's like Japanese death eyes is what it means.
Interesting. I also think that all the makeup has been really good in terms of like showing Woods slowly being distressed and gone. Yeah. Billy's consistent injuries as they slowly heal over this time. If, like Madi is still has like ash and soot on her, like she's never really gotten cleaned up.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just so disheveled and like
everybody's so worn down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. So it's linked to like a general sense of bad luck, impending doom or death, or just an ill fate.
Yeah. I think related to the idea of like the eyes being the windows of the soul, and Billy's soul is it's not what it used to be. I think that in his pursuit of a person like Flint, he's becoming like Flint. And that he'll just do whatever and betray whoever.
Like his spirit is not fire anymore; it is just burning coals.
Remember when he used to be quartermaster and he cared for all those men that he was killing?
And like he also is doing like he got captured by the British and tortured, and they let him go, and now he is gone so far that he's now working with them to kill his brothers.
He's also failing to have the realization of what he's become compared to what he used to hate Flint for. Because Billy is doing just that, if not worse.
And it's like you said earlier, it's the obsession. He's just so obsessed with Flint being gone, and he's so convinced if Flint's gone, so many of these problems will be gone, and we can get back to where we're at. And
Flint is like the last thing standing between civilization overtaking everything.
Yeah, he's lost in the sauce.
Did he fart?
I thought so.
He's just too far gone, and he
he's
can't
crazy.
see his way out. Yeah,
he does. I wonder if it's just like human nature to do that when you act, even
Oh yeah,
or if they know about it.
Yeah.
And rest in peace, Joji. He had the best fight scene in the show.
Man, that glare as he was dying.
I know.
Like, I was questioning, wait, who got stabbed? Because it did not look like he got stabbed.
Yeah, they definitely made it seem like it could go either way.
Yeah.
But Flint took his sword from him.
Yeah. Until then, I was like, wait, who's who? Because Joji's fierce glare of death.
Yeah. I know. Like, he just kind of appears, like, under the tree, and it's just a silhouette.
And he's just waiting.
And they went so long before first drawn blood, the two of them.
Yeah.
The only hits they landed were punches.
Yeah.
And kicks.
The only pirate or combatant in the entire show that I think fought with two hands on a sword.
And never said a word.
Never said a word.
I'm so curious. I gotta look up the actor and hear what his voice actually sounds like.
Yeah.
I also like how the show, it kind of plays with, like, so many people want to just put people like, he's stronger, he's gonna beat this person every time.
Power scale, yeah.
But and power scale. The show's like, no, like, people have bad days, people have off moments. Sometimes a better person loses because they had a bad half second that one person got one moment in. Because earlier we saw Israel just completely dismantle Billy, but Billy and Flint are even. But here we saw Flint win. Like, it's none of this Israel, like
There's no
definite winner.
Definite ladder.
Yeah,
of,
like
strength.
Power everyone is
skill.
Almost everyone is very skilled, and all it takes is just the right moment.
Yeah, I mean, Flint had a giant fight with Joji before he fought Israel, and he still was able to take him out, or beat him. I loved his training of John, though, because I think it's one purpose. Have him walk up the mountain, because John will always be tired. He is always going to be exhausted because of his state.
Going back, just in retrospect, that is one of the things that pissed me off about Teach being so readily just offed with no fight whatsoever, is that he was going to beat Flint. And Flint now is like the top swordsman, technically, I guess, in the show. And if it was that hard for Flint to fight against Teach, how did Woods beat Teach so easily, you know? Like,
well, you got to remember when Flint fought him, he was also, they were without wind and hadn't eaten in days.
Yeah.
So he was not at full strength.
But Teach was when he got taken over by Woods. He was also at full strength.
He was, but he was also, he had a lot of other things to consider than just one-on-one combat.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the part of me that was expecting that power ladder.
Sure.
And it did not.
The power scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, granted, we have to give some grace to the fact that he was super skilled and he was a large man, but he was older.
Yeah.
The mightiest man can be felled by a single arrow.
Yeah.
And Boromir was pierced by many.
It was not an arrow.
No,
Yeah, but it just... And Woods is a scary, like, rightfully so, should be a...
And I hate that he wasn't even injured in that whole thing.
Yeah,
slap on the face. You know?
I do have some issues with the way the Blackbeard thing happened, just because I feel like
he was supposed to be legendary, right? Like,
and like he was, and I think maybe it's the fact that Jack talked about his genius right before, and then he fell for something.
Yeah.
You know, immediately after.
It's
but I
also-
think that's kind of the point, though, is like...
You're demanding fairness.
It's reality, right?
Yeah,
It's
everyone can have a bad moment or make a bad call,
And
or
just-
can get tricked at any moment if they, you know...
I expected it to be like a Pokemon battle.
Sure.
You know, like Woods leveled up to his final evolution, but then in comes Teach, is supposed to be this legendary Pokemon, and he just wipes him out.
And it just sometimes happens. Sometimes the best fighters just lose.
I brought Pokemon into Black Sails.
Sometimes
Aaron
Pikachu
Osby.
beats Mewtwo. David,
I don't want Woods' Pikachu.
David Verder. Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Black Sails with us. We have one final reaction available to you on early access at blindwave.com. Or just come back next week. If that's the case, make sure you subscribe. You'll be the first one notified. One more. Bye, everybody.
Bye.